Yellowstone star warns not everyone will be satisfied, with likely series finale, large part will just be mad. Yellowstone star Luke Grimes opens up about what might be the final episode of the hit Western series, explaining why some won't feel satisfied. Paramount Network's show has continued to set viewership records, but the return of Yellowstone Season 5 has proved a bit contentious due to the handling of Kevin Costner's departure and the decision to kill off John Dutton, as well as bemused reactions to a recent cameo from series creator Taylor Sheridan. According to Grimes, who plays Case Dutton, that divisiveness may stretch into the finale, which premieres on Sunday, December 15. In an interview with Esquire, Grimes shared why he thinks not everyone is going to like the show's last episode. The actor was asked whether he thinks fans will be satisfied with how the show wraps up, answering that some will appreciate how the finale is executed. Others, though, will be mad that the Western is over. Read Grimes' response below. It was recently confirmed that after months of negotiations, Kelly Reilly, Beth Dutton, and Cole Hauser, Rip Wheeler will continue their story in an upcoming Yellowstone spinoff. The possibility had been floated for months, although there was also some discussion about continuing with Yellowstone Season 6. It was ultimately decided that it was better to move forward with a spinoff, which could feature other characters from the series, because the new project would be a part of Paramount rather than stream on Peacock. Even though it's announced that Reilly, Hauser, and potentially others will move on to a Yellowstone spinoff, it is not immediately clear what will become of the main series. Yellowstone Season 5 had initially been advertised as the show's last installment. That designation has since been dropped in recent promos, prompting further confusion. There may be more clarity in the coming weeks and months, either in interviews with producers or in new reporting. Regardless of what happens, Grimes' remarks point to the fact that the upcoming installment will be the end of an era for a show that has always been a strong performer in terms of viewership. It has evolved in the last few seasons, however, into one of television's biggest franchises. There's understandably a great deal of interest in the Season 5 closer, particularly for the viewers who have invested in the story. From the outside, it seems like the conflict surrounding Costner's departure threw a lot of uncertainty into the plans for Yellowstone. The fifth installment is heavily influenced by the absence of the former series, despite the fact that he's nowhere to be seen. The best thing that could happen to the main series at this point, in the form of a spinoff, is to focus on the characters that are still there. As the dust settles over Montana's iconic Dutton Ranch, and the end draws near for Yellowstone, one of its most recognizable stars is issuing a sobering warning to fans. Brace yourselves, because the finale might not be the catharsis you're hoping for. In a recent interview with Cattle and Screen Weekly, the unnamed Yellowstone cast member, known for being both candid and close to the series' core, spoke with raw honesty about what lies ahead. A large part of the audience will just be mad, the actor admitted with a half-smirk, half-shrug. It's not a fairy tale, and Yellowstone never promised it would be. After 6 explosive seasons of power struggles, betrayals, brutal justice, and family drama, so tangled it makes Greek mythology look like a Hallmark movie, the Dutton saga is galloping toward its likely conclusion. The sprawling neo-Western, created by Taylor Sheridan, has become a pop culture phenomenon, beloved not just for its sweeping vistas and rugged action, but for its unflinching portrayal of loyalty, legacy, and loss. So why the warning now? The star, who's been with the show since its early days, and while not confirming or denying their character's fate, hinted that they were still in the game, said the conclusion will reflect the harsh truths the series has always embraced. People keep asking me, will John ride off into the sunset? Or will the ranch be saved? And I want to ask them back, have you been watching this show? The actor said, laughing, This isn't a John Wayne movie. Taylor Sheridan is building something more complex, more painful. Fans have long speculated how the tangled web of the Dutton family might unravel. Will the patriarch John Dutton, Kevin Costner, survive? Will Beth, Kelly Riley, and Jamie, Wiz Bentley, destroy each other in a final Shakespearean spiral? Will Case, Luke Grimes, find peace, or lose everything in his pursuit of it? And what of the land, always the true heart of Yellowstone? Will it fall into corporate hands, or will someone finally break the cycle of blood and sacrifice that's kept it in the family for generations? The actor didn't confirm any plot points, but did offer a chilling tease. I think Taylor wants to hold a mirror up to the audience. You've rooted for these people, you've cheered for some horrible stuff, and you've cried when the villains got a taste of justice. But at the end of the day, maybe the villain isn't just a person. Maybe it's the whole idea of power. With Kevin Costner's off-screen departure drama already fueling fan anxiety, there's been rampant speculation about how Sheridan will tie up loose ends. Rumors of reshoots, alternate endings, and even spin-off bait have flooded fan forums and social media. But according to the star, Sheridan's vision is crystal clear and not interested in what's trending on TikTok. There's no algorithm behind the finale, they explained. No fan service, just raw Western truth. I think Taylor knows he's not here to make everyone feel good. He's here to tell the story the way he wants. Still, that doesn't mean the end will be joyless. The actor assured that there will be moments of poetic beauty, callbacks to earlier seasons, and maybe even a few surprises for longtime fans. But don't expect every character to ride off into a sunset, or even survive the ride. Some stories just don't end happily. They end right. Among cast and crew, emotions are reportedly high as filming wraps. Despite the show's rugged exterior, the relationships behind the scenes are said to be deep and enduring. The actor described the final days of shooting as like saying goodbye to a ghost town you helped build from the ground up. We were filming one of the final scenes, and there was this hush on set afterward. No one said cut, no one moved. Just silence. You could feel it, like the ranch itself was mourning. And while the actor wouldn't say who was in the scene or what transpired, they left fans with a cryptic image. A lone horse, riderless, trotting down a snowy ridge. Taylor loves his metaphors, they added with a grin. When asked if they personally were satisfied with the ending, the actor paused. A long silence stretched between question and answer. Satisfied? Yes, but it broke my heart. And I think that's the point. The legacy of Yellowstone won't live and die with its finale. Already, the Yellowstone universe is expanding with spin-offs like 1923 and 6666. And Sheridan has teased further entries set in different eras and corners of the American frontier. But for many fans, nothing will replace the original story, the grit and grandeur of the Dutton family's final stand. We're not tying it up with a bow, the actor reiterated. We're letting it go like a wild horse, beautiful, fierce, and out of your control. So as the premiere date for the final episode looms, fans would do well to take that warning to heart. Prepare for an ending that's not about clean resolutions, but lasting echoes. The land, the loss, the legacy. That's the ride Taylor Sheridan invited us on. And like the Montana wind, it was never meant to be tamed.